Napoleon Total Wars. So today, this is going to be a 2v2 on a fort battle map. Can't remember the name. It was actually pretty hard to pronounce, so we're going to skip over the name. But just taking a look at this map, very, very nice. You can see the formation of the fort itself is very interesting with a lot of different bends. And this is going to make for a very epic replay. So Zeon sent me in this replay. He's going to be in command of the Netherlands. And let's go over his army comp. So the rules for this battle were max 3 artillery and then max 5 lights. So with that being said, let's get into his army comp. So on the fort walls, he's going to be bringing 3 line infantry, and that is it. That is all the units are going to be defending this fort. The rest of the units are actually going to be outside the fort, and it looks like he's going for a sneak attack on his opponent. So, it looks like he has some hussars on the flank, and a lot of line infantry for the front lines, and these guys are pretty heavily upgraded, so they're going to do pretty well in the melee and skirmish engagement. As for the lights, he's brought 5 Dutch lights, so still following the rules, and he's also brought a general staff. He also has some militia. So taking a look at his ally here, he has brought some artillery. It looks like 3 12-pound foot artillery. Interesting move here. These guys don't have any arcing capabilities, so either he's going to put them inside the fort or put them outside. But anyways, the engagement has started. Artillery has started the engagement, and Zeon is on the move right now. So looks like the Swedish player has really not noticed that his opponent is charging him right now, or at least pushing very hard. So he's going to continue to push up, and then there he goes. He's going to be doing a 180, seeing that the entire army is just right in front of him. So he's going to be retreating the artillery. Doesn't want to lose them right from the get-go of the battle. So following them back to a more suitable location that is back over the river. So retreating back to where he started. Definitely that sneak attack, you could say, really hurt the Swedish player with his mobility. Very interesting army comp though for the Swedish player, bringing a ton of cavalry, and this is pretty surprising to see, especially on a fort battle, and that's just because you can't really climb any walls with horses. So we will see what he's going to be thinking of during this battle. But right now, his main objective is trying to save his artillery. You see, getting shot from the Dutch lights, but sadly, there is a glitch in Napoleon to where you cannot kill any limbered up artillery, so these guys are going to get away without losing any men. Taking a look at the Prussian player though, he's going to be defending his side of the fort, and this time keeping his troops inside. Looks like he's brought 1 12-pound foot artillery unit outside the fort to get some shots off. But we have the Austrian player here, and he's going to be pushing in on the fort. But taking a look back at the other side of the battle, looks like we have some militiamen coming, but look at this 6-pound horse artillery in position. We will see if they get any good shots off. So there they go, crossing the river. Getting some really good shots off, but he needs to switch to canister to get maximum effectiveness out of this unit. So he's going to start reloading here. But here goes the militiamen. They need to reload very, very quickly. Here goes another shot. This time canister, and it's going to do a lot more damage. You'll see with the Snake's Volley what it is capable of doing, and just shredding these guys to pieces. So militia still trying to reach the artillery, but breaking just short of that. So 6-pound horse artillery doing their job and breaking that first unit that Zeon has to offer. Meanwhile, the Austrians are pushing up now, going full force. But it looks like the Prussian players having similar tactics here, shooting canister into the Austrian army, and really doing a lot of damage to these German Fusiliers, and that's going to really drop their morale. You see already down to pretty much half health, or a little bit above. Anyways, we have some Jaegers now retreating. It looks like they got a little bit too close to the Dutch lights, and they're getting shot at right now, so losing a lot of men, and that unit is just about to break. Actually, the morale is going back up, so we will see if they can hold on any longer during this battle. 7-pound howitzers now opening up on the Danish, excuse me, where did I get the Danish from? United Province. They're going to try and get some good shots off. But right now, Swedish player holding his ground very, very well. But look at this, Xi'an coming from behind with 2 cav units and charging into the artillery. So we will see if he can get these guys into a fixed position. 7-pound horse artillery still holding on. It looks like one of the 12-pound foot artillery did die, so down to 3 out of the 4 batteries. But they do end up breaking just because Sweden has such a massive cav force. Taking a look back over here at the Austrians, they are definitely having some trouble trying to get up on these walls, taking a lot of losses as they do so, and that artillery is definitely not helping them out. Luckily though, they have some artillery of their own consisting of some rocket troops and 12-pound howitzers, and these artillery pieces have a perfect overlook at the battle. But the Austrians are now pushing up to the walls. They have finally made it to the walls, are going to start swinging their ropes to start climbing. So here they go, swinging their ropes and managing to cling on to the side of the wall. So that is the pretty much ghost signal. And these guys are going to start climbing this wall at a rapid pace. So we will see if these guys can make it. German Fusiliers being the first units to climb the wall. And they're going to be up against a pretty elite unit consisting of 2 foot guards. Over here though, it looks like some Jaegers managed to climb the wall. And they're going to be engaging some foot guards as well. So definitely outclassed there in that melee engagement. But over here we have a skirmish engagement across the riverside. And still, this artillery doing a really good job at depleting these units. Getting some good shots in. We will see if they are capable of shooting canister. And yes, they are. Actually killing a lot of guys here. So very low numbers for Xi'an and his front line troops. It looks like the German Fusiliers did make it into melee combat. They are storming the wall now. But it's definitely an uphill battle. Foot guards only losing 8 guys. This is where these German Fusiliers are already down to 46 men. Artillery trying to help them out, but it's actually kind of hurting their morale right now. But we still have a lot of more troops to climb the wall, consisting of even more German Fusiliers. It looks like some of the cannonballs are actually ricocheting off the wall and actually hitting into this big command headquarters. So we will see if they can take that building out. You see it is housing some Jaegers, and it looks like they're shooting from the windows, so they might be able to get some kills there. And we also have some Grenadiers here holding the front entrance. Looks like they opened the gates for the Austrians, but pretty much just teasing them right now because this is a very heavily defended choke point. And look at that, Austrian artillery actually managing to knock foot guard and musketeers off the wall right now. So excellent precision. It is just raining men right now. This is enjoyable to see. Anyways, that is very crazy to see. Knocking a lot of them off their feet though, but at least killing, I'd say, 15 men due to falling, and even more volleys coming in. That one actually killing their own guys there. But taking a look back on the other side of the battle, it looks like Xi'an is pushing up more troops. Got some line infantry up against some lifeguard afoot. Looks like these guys were hiding in the forest here. We also have some Jaegers, so they're going to be helping this engagement go in the favor of the Swedish. But now the elites are engaging the line infantry, and Xi'an is in for quite a surprise. Definitely outnumbered there 3-1, so we will see what he can pull off. But it looks like this attack is starting to fail. Austrian player not able to send enough troops in, and definitely outnumbered. But look at this, we have some Hungarian hussars trying to make it through the breach in the wall, or excuse me, the gate in the wall. But they're going to be stopped by some grenadiers here, and they are unable to press through. And it looks like there are 2 Hungarian Fusiliers, not to mention some German Fusiliers sitting outside as well. You even have some more grenadiers coming in from the Prussian player, and it looks like these German Fusiliers are using fire in advanced mode, getting some shots off and inching their way closer to the fort. So with that volley being fired, they're going to be charging in now. Pretty much the last unit out here besides some lights and some more German Fusiliers. But taking a look back on this side, it looks like the Swedish player is starting to outflank Zeon. But good job here by Zeon, forming square at the appropriate time and causing a lot of these Hussars to lose a lot of morale and men. But it looks like the Swedish artillery is still kicking. We have one 12-pound foot artillery still engaging those lights and still using canister. But it looks like this line infantry unit did break due to them. So he's going to try and avenge those guys. He might slightly be out of range of canister mode. But either way, he is still managing to do a lot of damage to the enemy. Over here, though, artillery is still coming in from the Austrian player. But like I said, things are dying down right now. Looks like the Prussians are easily able to hold this wall just because they have a lot of elite troops. Jaegers seem to be leaving the building or have left the building just because of those ricochets actually hitting the commander's headquarters and actually causing 63 damage. So very close to collapsing here. Taking a look at the wall damage, though, it looks like this side of the wall is at 43% damage and the rest is barely even damage. Taking a look over here, though, looks like the last of the Austrians have pushed in but ended up breaking. The Prussian numbers are just too high right now, and it is just not working in the Austrian favor. But good job here by the Swedish, getting some really good flanking shots. Zeon notices this, so he's going to be falling back up the hill, but he's getting some really good shots in with these Dutch lights. You can see perfectly positioning these guys on a hillside, so he's going to be overlooking his opponent here, and these Russian Jaegers are just not paying attention right now to their flank and are just getting devastated as they get shot across the river. We'll see once again another volley, a little bit inaccurate due to these troops. Looks like a couple of these guys are going to be responding. I do hear a charge somewhere. It looks like some more Hussars charging into the line infantry. Once again, Zeon is well prepared and is able to easily counter these Hussars. Taking a look back over here, Austrian attack has completely failed and it is now down to his artillery. Over here, those Swedish artillery down to his final few men. Will he be able to get another volley off? I do not think so. And they do end up breaking, so those lights were able to break those guys. And now the Swedish player is out of artillery, losing the Hussars on the left flank. But on this far left flank, looks like his attack is starting to fail now. He's going to be getting shot at on two sides by some more line infantry. And they have pretty much every advantage going for them. Numbers, terrain, and maybe even skill with all those chevrons. So Sweden is now going to be forced to face a 2v1. Pretty much Austria is out of this battle. He's got some artillery here still. They're going to still try and do as much damage as possible. We also have some Prussian grenadiers now pushing up. And it looks like they're going straight for the artillery up there, so we will see if they can make it up there in time. Looks like the Austrian player is going to turn on canister mode and try and prevent them from charging up this hill. These guys are in a perfect position to do that. It looks like part of the hillside is somewhat blocking their view. They also have another artillery piece over here on this flank, and it looks like they're targeting the Prussian grenadiers as well. Taking a look back on this side, things have started to come to halt. We have a melee engagement here, Lifeguard afoot engaging some line infantry, but these guys seem to be retreating, but now they're going to start turning around and getting into melee combat. But taking a look at here, German grenadiers just feet away from being in range of these canister mode from the artillery. And there they are now in canister range. We will see how much damage this 12-pound foot artillery can actually do. Just check it out from their point of view. Reloading their guns right now. Here comes the Prussians. Just ripping holes through these men. We also have some landwehr here trying to hold off this attack, and it seems to be working very well for the Austrian player. Getting even more canister. That one absolutely destroying that unit. Only down to 22 men, and they're going to break. We'll see if another canister can do any good. Will they get another volley off? So we might get some friendly fire here. A little bit too close for comfort for these Landwehr. But they're going to get some counter charges in. Getting another volley in. Maybe. Looks like he turned his guys on fire at will. Didn't want to lose the Landwehr unit. But not too sure. Actually retargeting another unit straight back at that building. So Landwehr on their own now. They're going to be engaging the Grenadiers, and they do end up breaking them with 85 men left. So Landwehr, excellent job. Actually, excuse me. The Landwehr do break. Grenadiers did win that engagement. No surprise. I was actually very shocked that the Landwehr won that. So seeing that that unit has broken, we will see if these guys do end up targeting these Grenadier units. Grenadiers now charging up the hill. Will these guys get the volley off in time? We will see, getting a very good volley off. Just ripping holes into these Grenadiers. Another canister point blank right now. Just ripping insane holes into those units. So Grenadiers are now gone. They did get very close to the Austrian artillery, but sadly could not make it to the their positions. Taking a look back over here, it looks like the Swedish are trying to mass cav charges, or use mass cav charges here, and actually losing his general. Austrian general, excuse me, Swedish general is dead. And he's going to leave his men in some very, very bad shape with their morale. Looks like the Lifeguard of Foot did manage to break this Grenadier unit, but they're going to be forced to charge into once more some more line infantry, getting shot point blank. But they do, once again, make it into melee combat. But taking a look at the Swedish cavalry, unable to do any significant damage, and as a result are going to start losing a lot of troops. So down to the final few units for Sweden. Things are not looking good, but they are doing a lot of damage to Zion. But Zion's holding on very well right now, and he still has more reserves on this hill. Not to mention, or excuse me, fort. Not to mention all these Prussians still just hanging around and just looking into emptiness, or actually looking at the artillery and just hoping they will not die from these oncoming volleys. So it sounds like the announcer is very confident that Zion and his ally are going to win this engagement. Finally breaking the cavalry here, but an absolute bloodbath on this side of the battle. Not to mention this crossing, a lot of losses here due to the militia. But over here, Lifeguard of Foot holding on, trying to take out as many people as possible. We have Zion here with his general. Actually, he's going to be charging in to the Lifeguard of Foot. We will see what he can do here. Very good charge. That's going to drop the morale significantly for those Lifeguard of Foot. They are very elite troops though, so they are going to last pretty long. But we have some lights here. Dutch lights getting a very good volley in. And that unit is about to rout. So down to pretty much the final unit for Sweden. General once again coming in, getting a really good charge in. And that time, finishing off that unit. So only units left on the battlefield now are this artillery piece, and they are limbered up. We have the Prussian general now charging into the 12-pound foot artillery. These guys stand no chance. Isolated from any other units, they are trying to unlimber and get some shots in, but it is far too late, and the Russian, or excuse me, what is up with me in these random faction names? We got the Prussian general now finishing off the 12-pound foot artillery. And those guys do break. Seeing that they lost one artillery piece, morale is going very bad for the Austrians, and they do end up breaking. So very good game, even though the Swedish player and the Austrian player barely got a foothold inside the fort. It was definitely a good engagement all around the battle. So taking a look at the stats, you see Prussian general, Prussian player on top, 1,200 kills, leading the way with the most kills. Taking a look at Zion though, getting 772 kills, not bad. Austrian player, 500. Not surprised by that, seeing how badly his attack failed on this side of the battle. And then finally we have the Swedish player with 838 kills. So almost going positive, but taking a look at his units and kills, line infantry on top with the max amount of chevrons, or at least a lot of chevrons, getting 120 men. So anyways guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to follow my Steam group. That is where I'm going to be posting announcements on if I need replays or not, or if I'm live and I need people for a game. So make sure to follow me there. It is in the description. We are getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. Not too sure what I will do when I hit 1K, so comment down below what I should do on my 1K special, you could say. But anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.